There's only one way to start.
The defenders that have performed at VVD's level is Rio, John Terry, and Vidic. I mean, how long are we going to act like this guy's a top striker, man? Champions League final.
We got to the Champions League final and lost to Liverpool. I'm cool. I've accepted that. I moved on.
Worst week ever as a Spurs fan. I
think the most pertinent issue that we can discuss, and I've said that I'm not.
Guy loves a big word.
That's the dumbest thing you've said on this pod.
Cool
You just
that.
said Spurs are in turmoil. You know you want to say it. Don't let him press you.
Get 20% off all Manscaped products plus free shipping with the promo code STTV.
Real talk. Alright, boom. Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. We're live in the flesh, live and direct in effect. You already know what time it is. What are we saying? Everyone blessed? Everyone good? Everyone airy?
All good.
Calm. Before we go any further, before we proceed with today's, proceedings, I have a few instructions. If you're listening right now, I want you to pause the video. I want you to click subscribe if you haven't clicked subscribe. And once you've done that, send that into your group chat and make sure everyone there clicks subscribe. I've realized that there's a pandemic in our industry and the industry's in disarray. There's a lot of content. And to make sure that we're in line, prime time with this content, I want you to subscribe. I want you to share, educate your friends on this amazing show. We come here every week. We give you A1 content. Then people then take our A1 content and then make their own content from our A1 content. Mm-hmm. And I just, I just want our content to be
spread.
Yeah,
spread the word, you know what I mean? Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Go forth.
You know what I mean?
So yeah. What's wrong with production?
You heart and mouth moment there.
What's the very important?
Say less. Say less.
We move. Without further ado, this is probably the saddest hold tight the 3-point collectors I've personally ever had to do for me. Bro, they might as well have not been 3-point collectors, but either way, hold tight the 3-point collectors.
You gotta be shameless.
You know what I'm saying? For my one, like hold tight the 3-point collectors.
Listen, bottom of the table, but we'll take it, baby. We'll take that.
You guys had the relegation boys, isn't it?
Hold tight the 3-point.
Flexing our muscles on the little boys.
we didn't flex 2 times.
You man crawled over the line. We drew them, so I can't even ban that.
Bench that. Hold tight the participants. First of all, was that a red card? I don't think that was a red card. We'll go into that briefly. Hold tight the participants as well.
Never.
Is there any special hold tights we need to do this week?
Yeah,
we're gonna go into improper, but hold tight the man them that have transitioned to the next stage of their career and retired.
Forcing their privilege.
I was gonna say something
hold tight
cheeky.
Ozil finally getting out of there.
We will talk. Hold tight the man them getting transfers. Hold tight the real. Hold tight the content game, man. It's been an interesting week still. The landscape, it's been interesting.
It's been live. It's been a live week.
Yeah, let's start with the Man United Liverpool game because that was supposed to be the blockbuster. And once again this season, the blockbuster was anything but that. But yeah, over to our United correspondent.
I mean, I don't know where he wants me to start. Where does he want me to start? You know what I mean? What am I meant to say?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I'm covering Hurricane Katrina or something, bro. Like what am I meant to say, blood? You know
I don't even know what to say about the game. If you get me started, then first things first. I'll ask this question. As a United fan, having seen that game finish, what are your thoughts in the game? But who do you feel that result benefited more?
That benefits us. You're going to Anfield and you don't lose. 67 games unbeaten at home. Mm-hmm. That's hell on earth, mate. Anfield. So to walk away with their clean sheet, I'm just disappointed we didn't score because with their defense and I was going to say, what about United fans? But we had the best chance. We had the best chance of the game with Pogba. I think he should have scored, Bruno. But Bruno as well. Yeah, so I think we had the better chances, and if we had scored, we would have been saying it's a masterclass by Oli. Blah 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 blah. We didn't. It is what it is. So for me, I'm not. It doesn't really. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm not buzzing. But it's just a good result, and then we move from there. Now a couple of our fixtures are a lot more favourable. We've got Fulham next, and a few of the teams that are in and around that area. So
no injuries as well, right?
No injuries. Well, Martial, I think, had an injury. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, bruv. Like, Oli made a big call by playing Lindelof instead of Bailly that
What's your
everyone wanted.
thoughts on not just the call but the reception from the fan base as the call came in?
As in, like, we look at it, and Bailly's been playing out of his skin. Maguire's been looking a lot better beside him. To be fair, Maguire was excellent today, but beside Bailly, it's like that's when the surge started coming. Like, hold on, and then to play Lindelof, and then he played Lindelof against City as well. So it's like, does he trust Bailly in the big game? I don't really know what his situation is there, but in my opinion, he got it right at the end. He kept a clean sheet, so you can't really complain. But only thing is, that's because I know he wanted to play a low block against Liverpool. I think if we had Bailly, potentially in the first half, there was opportunity. He's a front foot defender. You can get them on the front foot, but maybe that he wanted to defend deep, and he maybe thinks that Lindelof's better at that.
I felt like Liverpool were there for the taking, though, man. Even though from a results standpoint, you're saying it kind of benefits. I thought from a performance standpoint, like first half, I don't think you lot registered a shot on target or something like that. Yeah,
it took you like 76 minutes to get the shot.
The
first shot
front three at the minute. I don't think they've scored
4 games blanks,
4 or whatever. So I felt like they were there for the taking. What is it? They were playing 2 midfielders at centre back. But I look at it and I'm just like, aside from, like you said, Maguire, Luke Shaw, maybe Pogba, you could say,
decent game,
played. The others, I didn't think anyone really stood up, and in particularly, I want to.
I think the defense.
The defense.
But I would say particularly
but then
Luke
similarly
Shaw.
to like, I don't know if you remember when Spurs played City, where City weren't firing on all cylinders with their front line. Is it a similar thing where you're not playing against the best attacking Liverpool? So they kind of had an easier day to kind of, if that makes sense. But for me, I think players like Bruno, I was expecting to take by the scruff of the neck, especially when you see like Bruno v Thiago in the middle lining up, and I felt like Thiago completely bossed him for the first half, especially. Was just pulling all the strings, and then Bruno just looked like a fish out of water.
That sort of game, though. Like, when I saw the lineups and I saw what United tried to do, it kind of occurred to me that Liverpool were gonna have the ball. Like, you've always said that.
I saw
in terms of
in the 10 though.
Because the way I see it is, the type of player that Thiago is, right? We always know that he's gonna play a dare ball, he's gonna ping it and everything. Cool. Yeah. The way United set up in terms of the big games, you always play with your base 2. So your game isn't based around possession; it's about utilizing your forwards. Like you've always said, if it comes to like a gunfight, United will always back themselves to win. So I always thought for that time that Liverpool were going to do that. It was about whether their forwards would be switched on to have to take the chances.
Look, for
Bobby
me,
wasn't there today.
Yeah.
Mane, again, people don't like it. Like, but Mane's goal output's the same as Werner this season. You can't take that away. Like, that's the facts. Salah, a lot of the times it was like, okay,
I thought Salah was nullified by a good Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as much as I want to criticize Salah and say he went up, Luke Shaw was actually really good today.
Exceptional.
Luke Shaw has good games against Salah. Yeah. This isn't the first time.
Yeah.
But in general, I think Luke Shaw's come like this is probably
defensively.
I was gonna say the best. No, this is probably the best I've seen him post that injury, and that was a big injury. And I know he's been like. It's been a long journey, but I would have to say give credit to someone that's come
every
that
window, man. He just makes sure United don't sign someone.
Bro, sure.
I got.
Bro, he's doing that Aurier. He's doing Aurier. You signed Doherty. You signed Telles. It's like, shit.
Inevitable. You can't get rid of me.
Yeah. Then sooner Telles is gonna leave, and then Shaw's level will drop down.
But I was just mentioning on Bruno earlier. Now this is now I would say a couple of big games. Man City twice we've seen. Spurs. Was it Chelsea, Tottenham,
you can say every team.
So every big side, even PSG in the Champions League, the second leg, where it really mattered, he has not turned up. And I'm thinking, I know we said like a lot of United fans, including yourself, said like he had like a Cantona-esque impact. But these are the kind of moments when you think, is he really having that impact, or is it just a couple goals against West Brom, a couple goals against Leicester, and it's like this guy's up there. And I get it. No, I won't take away everything because you were like beating the Aubameyang stat pad drum.
I mean, but he's a midfielder.
I get that. But his numbers look crazy. Yeah, but then it's like with the moments and decisive moments when it matters in the big games, he's not turning up.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. The thing is, one thing that got on my nerves is that he was talking about Sterling before the game, talking about penalties and stuff. He needs to come off Twitter first of all. Come off Twitter.
He wasn't tweeting though.
No, but he's seeing tweets. Come off Twitter. He's always talking about penalties.
Rattled.
Stop that shit. You know what I mean?
He gets rattled.
He gets rattled. He always wants to just stop that shit. You know what I mean? So I tweeted before the game. Pointless comment about what he said about Sterling. I said, pointless comment, just turn up in a big game, mate. That's all I said. I was getting killed. Like, he's carried us. And so what you said about the impact thing, I won't take away his impact. His impact to Man United has been
incredible. I'm not even disputing
in them high leverage moments, because he's had good performances against like teams like Everton and stuff, but where we needed it. But in the higher quality opposition, He's been.
What about the Champions League games?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying as well.
Higher quality opposition. PSG's Leipzig. He's been nowhere to be found. And do you know what is? Yeah,
It doesn't help when BGB's not.
no, it's not.
BGB
No, it's
as
not
well.
that. It's not even that. It's when you're on. You can't be passing the ball at 43%.
Yep.
In the first. Honestly, I was like, at one point, I wrote to my boys that I think he might have not even completed a pass today.
Bro,
You can't, like, people
passing
going to
was
talk
so
about
bad.
Oli. You can't. There's nothing you can say about Oli. There's nothing you can say about the players around him. Nothing. Every single thing he did today was bad. Like, that is the definition of a 0
what
out of
got
10.
exposed here is when he's not affecting the numbers like that, and in games like this where maybe
I
you
said
need
this
to be a
before
little
he
bit more.
signed.
We've said
No,
this.
but in games where you need to be a little bit more disciplined and be like, you know what, Thiago, I know is the string
Yeah,
puller.
but
Let me just
stand
sit for
on him.
10
Yeah,
minutes.
exactly.
Even
Like,
if it's
that's
just,
what we
even if
called
it's just
out
for
how
the
many
first
months ago?
15, 20 though.
Just
But here,
impacts the game in a different
The
way.
thing is, look, I obviously know that Man United, it was obvious that Man United, it's mad because, I don't know, I did preview shows before this with like other people's channels.
Man was doing preview
And
shows
in-
in America, you know.
Bro,
Man said stateside, you know.
And I said, yeah.
International now.
And I said before the game, I said, we're going to make Thiago look like a god. That's a guarantee.
Yeah, of
because
course.
we're going to step off him. Everyone is talking about how good Thiago was today. Man United wanted that. I am content Thiago looking like Xavi and Pirlo put together if Salah, Mane and Firmino are quiet.
yeah,
I love it.
Mm.
You can be doing left, right. What did it do for the rest of the game? It didn't do nothing.
yeah.
It was so obvious we were going to do that. And Bruno, for me, yes, he should have stepped on him because that could have been opportunities for us to have the ball.
Mm.
But at the same time, I think maybe he was deployed to kind of pick off him. Like, you know what I mean? Let Thiago go and then you get the ball and move from there.
Yes, I
but his
noticed-
quality, when he got the ball in them
Wasn't
positions,
great. Do you know?
oh
I noticed
my
a few weird things in the game.
Lord.
Like even with Liverpool, I feel like some of their approach was rigid in the sense that they thought if we know that United are going to counter her.
Mm.
If we then lose the ball, we have two centre mids at the back. So they, even in terms of what they did, it didn't look great. But what you have to highlight is that's 4 games now. Some of them against Newcastle,
Yeah.
West Brom, Fulham. Now
They should be
United,
packing these.
they're not scoring. And
They
then
should
to
be
make
packing
it
these,
to
man.
make it worse, like you can see the difference between when Jota was scoring, when Jota gets injured, and what's happening now. So what happens is they've bought someone because they realize something that, you know what, we can't keep up this, and then no one's picking it up. And then look at the rest of the story as well. He won't drop Firmino for Origi because Origi's not that quality. He doesn't trust these young centre backs, so he puts centre mids there. Liverpool in a situation where if this continues for too long,
They need to
Look,
dip in the
so
market.
it's-
They need
for
to
me-
boy,
dip in the
then
market.
Yeah.
now for them, they're gonna have to start asking questions about, you know what, can we gamble waiting for this to come right? Because that's 4 games now where you've blanks.
What it is,
Absolute blanks.
for me, what it is,
That is worrying.
the
That
way it
worrying
is
as
when
champions.
you look at, first and foremost, I'm never concerned when Man United play Liverpool's front 3. They've scored 2 goals in the whole time they've played combined.
Yeah.
Firmino, Salah, I think I've scored 2 goals against Man United combined. So I'm not really even, and one
Was
of them
it
was
10
90
games as well now. They played
exactly.
or something
But
like
do you know what it is? Look, we're talking about, you see in this game, like when you watch that Man United Liverpool match, right? It's like a reflection of many of the big games this season. And that's because, for me, there's not enough individual quality. And as much as we can talk about Mane is a good player, Salah is a good player, they're just not the X factor, bro. They're just not. Yes, they'll score goals, they'll tap in some goals, they'll get in the back post and score some headers. But when it's really tight games like that, they don't come out by doing something magical. They don't. And look, when you look at the game, right? Man United played a low block. This season, Salah and Mane have been getting the ball as wingers a lot more this season.
Yeah.
They're not getting it in behind no more. And it's no surprise everyone's starting to say, like, what's going on with them?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're being asked to play like a winger and you can't.
Literally.
You
literally.
can't
You're
because
having
you
to cover
guys are
too
so
much.
used to playing like Van Nistelrooy or something, just like poaching and stuff. It's the truth though.
Yeah.
And then when you look at Trent is not able to do what he wants to do.
His
And
position's
Robertson's not
different.
being able to. But the thing is, it's such obvious reasons because first and foremost, Van Dijk and Gomez are out. So that's obviously going to be a loss. But people only think about that as a loss defensively. Offensively, it doesn't. Trent and Robbo can do whatever they want. When you've got 2 centre-backs like Van Dijk and Gomez who are comfortable defending whips, absolutely
You're calm.
athletic machines.
But as soon as you got 2 man
Them
that
man
can't
can
do
go,
it,
exactly. Then now
You
Trent
can't
has
be
to think
free
about
anymore.
it. He can't
Yeah.
just be flying forward like
Yeah.
that. And
Then
now we're starting to
it's
see
the
him
one-on-ones
defensively.
today. He had to be much better because he thought, you know what, I can't rely on Henderson to bail me out.
Usually, look, Fabinho will be sitting,
Yeah.
covering whoever Trent and Robbo go up.
Yeah.
Henderson is always covering Trent, Fabinho will just be doing that sweeper. That's why their fullbacks can go up, and that is why
But when
Salah
you
and
have
Mane
Shaqiri
can
and
play in the
Thiago.
box.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, they haven't got that, and Mane and Salah are being asked to kind of produce individual moments. Run past one, run past two, maybe do a cute pass. They ain't got it like Hazard and them. They haven't got
Salah
it.
did that
They
once or
haven't got
twice
it.
today though, because Firmino
Sure
could have
locked him,
easily had a
man.
2 or 3. In the first half, I felt like Firmino should have had easily 2
Bro,
or 3.
he got tackled with
Similarly,
ease by
I thought-
Maguire like 3 times.
He should
Salah,
have buried those.
Salah.
He should have
Do
buried
you know what
those.
Hazard would have done to Maguire? Jesus Christ! If you
It's-
Hazard and Maguire
Hazard
on a
looking
one-on-one.
now? How's Hazard
I'm talking
looking
about,
now?
I'm talking about the Premier League Hazard,
Let's
Chelsea
not-
Hazard.
Let's not
I'm talking
talk
about
like
Chelsea
Hazard's
Hazard.
over the hill. He's only
I'm
30.
talking about Chelsea
He shouldn't be
Hazard.
looking like this.
Sam, he's only played 32 games from Real Madrid.
How long's he been
he's
there?
Injured. He's injured
Hey,
all the time.
get your fitness up. Get your fitness
He's
up.
injured all the time. No, I hear that, but as a player,
Ability,
Same to Bell as
availability
well.
is the
I'm
best
just saying,
ability.
as a player,
Same to
yeah,
Bell as well.
I just feel, yeah,
Tell Bell to get his hammy up, bro.
I just feel
Bro,
when you're
I
looking
wish.
at
Man,
no,
I'm not getting
Terminate the
minutes
loan.
against Sheffield United,
I'm
you
done
know.
with that.
no, I just think when you're talking about individual quality,
Yeah.
like look, the
No,
game,
I get what you're
the
saying.
game was 2 teams who nullified each other. In these moments, you need that individual top quality, and these are the guys that are called the best players in the league. They haven't
felt
got
like-
that star
I felt like
quality.
Firmino had
Bruno
them
as
I felt
well.
like Bruno had a
Mane,
sitter that he had.
Salah. This is
Rashford had the breakthrough
Martial,
right
they're
through
not-
at the end. That he could have easily
Should've
played
put
one
him
way or
through.
the other. It's
What,
like
to
I felt
Cavani,
like
right?
those are the kind of fine moments where
Can I
if
ask
they
you-
do
can I ask
go
you this
right,
question?
you say the individual quality's there.
Let me ask
So-
you
Yeah,
this
I
question.
just don't think any of these players have
In
it,
terms
man.
of the
I'm
game
not
set,
gonna lie.
right?
I hear
Like,
it.
don't get me wrong, like Martial tried and everything today, but
Bro,
as a manager, if you
what do you
know that
think
the
of it?
likelihood,
That today?
if
About
you
who?
know the likelihood is that you're
Martial.
going to
I
come
think
up
it's
against,
injured, apparently. I think it's injured. Yeah.
if you know the likelihood is that you're going to come up against two, and this is for me where that whole argument between forward and centre forward, we need to kind of realize that sometimes, you know what, bread and butter is better. If you're going against 2 centre backs that are natural centre mids, would you put the centre forward that's going to cause them stress with the centre forward movement, or would you put the forward? I feel like Cavani would have probably given them hell. And then even if he comes off, you've got Martial to come on.
For me, that's
apparently got a bit more legs. I don't think it might not make a major difference, but for me, I feel like that's probably a better way to go. Like, because what is Henderson going to deal with the physicality? Is he going to deal with the little movement here and there? Like, is Martial going to do anything to really drag either them two out of the position? I'm just playing devil's advocate in terms of
I think
an actual centre forward. I'll ask you this.
He played on left. Rashford was
They
But
were
again,
floating about
Rashford is
running
Rashford is
every
a
time he got
forward
the
again.
ball.
I'll ask you this: would you rather play just Spurs situation if you had Henderson and who was it? Henderson Fabinho. Would you rather ping Kane on them and be like, as a centre forward, do something, or would you want to get one of your
far better than
forwards?
Cavani?
Bro, I'm playing,
No, but I'm saying
playing
that's still centre forward. That's
Yeah.
still a centre forward, isn't that's your bread and
but
butter.
the thing is,
I hear what
he's
you're saying, but-
34 years old, man. He ain't
We're
got.
not,
like,
we're
I
not
know-
saying
I-
Martial's
listen,
a winger now.
I
No.
know. No, wait, hold on.
No,
hold
that's
on.
what the
No,
fans
no,
are
no,
those
he
telling me
played
he's
on
a
the wing.
winger
He played on the
before.
wing.
That's
Oh,
what
I
I'm
don't care. He's been a number 9 for how long?
No,
but that's
he
what
played
the
against
fans-
two
that's what the fans
midfielders
tell
and
me.
stunk it.
Nah, he's talking about what he did today, innit?
Yeah.
Like, no, for me.
But this was a perfect game for him. I felt like to play against 2 midfielders. I felt like there was gonna be spaces for him,
No, but
and
Ollie's-
I don't feel like he provided
No,
anything.
Ollie's
This was
tactics-
almost his last chance
Yeah.
to fucking. I feel like to save his career.
Ollie's tactics were obviously to get them on the counter, and he wanted Rashford to play against them two and get in behind. Cavani wouldn't have been able to do that because Man United weren't building attacks. If Man United,
I thought he looked better when
no.
Cavani came on.
If Man, in the second half, we're second half FC, bro. I've said this many times. if in the Cavani's only going to be able to shine if Man United build attacks and then get crosses in or do the cute pass or whatever. The way we were playing in the first half is soak it up, boot it long to whoever's up there. Cavani wouldn't have been able to.
I hear
But
what
who
you're
you
saying
boot?
as
Who
well.
you okay?
We were
But
trying
if
to
you're
boot it in
And I
behind
hear what you're
Rashford.
saying.
That's what we were trying to do.
Yeah,
Cavani, what's Cavani's 34-year-old
So
man going to be
I'll
doing?
ask
Basically
you-
saying,
but I'll
play-
ask you
play
this now.
nines in there, like
yeah, no, I heard
square
that.
pegs
But
in square
onto
holes.
what you're saying now, yeah, because again,
Because Cavani hasn't got the hold up of Harry Kane. He hasn't got that. He hasn't got the play. He hasn't got. He's not like that. He's more.
Like that
He'll
deep
get in
lying
behind. Nah,
playmaking ability.
bro. Cavani's not
Yeah,
got
I mean,
that. He's a number 9, of course.
forwards.
Like, but he's not got that.
no,
what
I hear
Harry
what you're saying.
Kane
I'm
got.
just playing devil. But in terms of
Yeah.
what you said now, yeah,
List goes on.
that's where for me, you're so dumb. This
I
is
didn't
where
hear what you said.
now it gets interesting because at the end of the day, you've come and you said the way we play football is not sustainable. You still have to play big teams. Your away form is amazing, but you still have to play all these teams that your big men are not performing in away. You then have February coming where it's Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. So now we're getting in a position where at the moment, you're at the top. City win their 2 games, they go top. Potentially, if you guys can't maintain this or find a way of playing that's not this sort of do or die, you might have a situation like Spurs or Chelsea where it was first and then it's kind of like it teeters off and then you have to find it again.
I'm not gonna lie, this game made me more like
City 1-0 up.
This game made me more like having a great season. This game made me more like I'm content with what's going on. Like, I wouldn't panic. The small teams, if anything, I'll be concerned if I was the rest of the league that Man United have not beat one big team and we're sitting top of the table. I'd be more concerned about that, because if that does click, you guys should be concerned. How can you be sitting top of the league and we haven't beat a big team? Everyone else should be embarrassed. Like, if we just continue beating the small teams, it shows that you've got a chance to win the league.
Are you worried about at any point an injury to Rashford or Bruno? Because similarly to you were saying last week, like, we're very reliant, and I agree, on Kane and Son. If something was to happen to one of them, God knows where we'd be. It's a similar case of you lot. You look at your goals, your assists, where all of it's coming from is those two. Do you worry that second half of the season, because you still got Europa as well?
Thursday, Sunday, man, it's nasty.
You know what? I don't know. I feel like we're a bit more. I think we're a bit more equipped to handle it than you guys, but it would be a concern.
Yeah,
it could be. Like, both of them were probably our worst players today as well. That's how bad it is. But it would be a concern. But I think we're a bit more equipped to handle it. Like, if Bruno was out, then you got Pogba's allowed to play in a central role, and I think we're okay. Whereas you guys, Kane goes, the drop between Kane and Vinicius, or
big 4-5.
Like, what Kane is like, this guy is what he's contributed to over 70% of Spurs' goals this season.
Bro, it's
like
ridiculous.
If that man gets injured,
I don't know if that's amazing or embarrassing.
No, I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's amazing, but at the same time, it's like, raw.
I ain't gonna try.
You take him out.
You can do that.
Because it's mad. But we say every year he has his month out injury or something like that. I just hope we're...
But yeah, in totality, we move, man. It's not really...
I hate you.
But Alisson was massive as well at the end.
Yeah, keeper as well.
Big saves, I thought. And that's... You know, when I was talking about the Adrian comments, these are the kind of moments where a keeper defines himself, and then big moments. Bruno,
I love
Rashford.
how you define that as the Adrian comment.
You know it. You know what I'm talking about.
If you know, you know.
Alisson, big and Fabinho as well, big game.
Fabinho, let's talk about Fabinho.
Centre back, how comfortable.
What do you mean? Let's talk about Fabinho. When I talked about Fabinho, you guys were getting out onto me.
You wanted to go down a different lane.
No,
I'm just appreciating the performance at centre back. For me, he looks.
What did they
mean? Natural.
Have you seen VVD play with Reece Williams? No. Have you seen VVD play with Henderson? No. You haven't seen that. Fabinho doing his thing. Yeah, Gomez is good. If Fabinho is playing with Gomez right now, Liverpool will probably be top of the league. Look what Fabinho's having to carry next to him.
What they're gonna do? Score the
better
goals?
than VVD, bro. Nah, they can play higher. Does that make sense? They can play higher. They can play higher.
Hey, listen.
Wait, hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. That doesn't make sense.
Why are you mad for?
That doesn't make sense.
Why are you mad for?
That makes no sense. So defenders have no impact on winning matches.
No, of course they have.
That
an
doesn't
impact,
make sense. What are you guys talking about?
The jump up ain't crazy.
Okay, so then why does anyone care if VVD's injured? He's just a defender. He's not going to score the goals.
You see, how did you make this a VVD?
I'm just saying, that doesn't make sense.
See how I started off with Fabinho and ended up at VVD? This is why I didn't even want to bring up Fabinho.
Why not?
Because I like Fabinho. I'm saying right now, I don't even know what his best position. He's played so good at right back, DM, centre back. Listen, he's played top quality in all three positions.
As I said, it's all just... Fabinho looks comfortable. Henderson looks comfortable. It's all good unless you're putting Reece Williams, who's a young,
ask you this one question?
It's all good. You guys are just overexcited about VVD,
with
mate.
The United
That's
defense
all it
today,
is. Fabinho looks every bit as good as him.
But with United performance today,
yeah,
like, not even trying to take the piss, but like how, like, he did well. Fabinho did well.
He had some really important blocks,
but like the performance.
Nah, I think he did, fam.
No, I'm saying the performance of United. It's like,
no, he made them look shit. He was part of the responsibility. Yeah. That was his job. Fabinho.
I don't even think. I think you guys are overdoing it. You guys think Man United was shit.
No. I feel like the second half you had impetus.
Bruno and Rashford looking shit. He had a big part to do with that.
What was the Chelsea score at Anfield?
Chelsea, man.
I haven't played it. We haven't played it. We played it at home.
Yeah.
We beat us 2-0.
That was last season when Lampard was shouting.
5-3, yeah, he was shouting and Trent put top biz. That's different.
Say no more, bro. Say no more.
He's always got something.
Say
He's
no
always
more.
got a comment in the top. There it is.
Ask you one question.
Go on.
Do you think Liverpool's crossing game thing has been figured out? Because they seem to not be getting the same goals and production.
No, but it goes back to what Cam said. It goes back to what Cam said in terms of, if you look at, because they don't have two natural centre backs, the
Their
fullbacks know
midfielders
that
are
they
not allowed
can't
to play
go.
midfielders.
The midfielders, the engine room is not there to cover that. So now you can't push this guy.
But they
and this
were
guy all the way
getting
up.
crosses in the box today.
That's
They
what, I
were
don't,
doing
think, I don't
enough.
think it's just that though.
No, but I'm telling
They
you,
only had one good cross where Maguire done a dumb block.
Like before, you would
They
see
want to
like,
hype Fabinho. They don't want
cross-
to talk about
No, but
Maguire.
look at when you take into account it's Trent and Robbo. Well, one side of it, pretty much this season. Let's be honest, Trent is
Robbo's been good this season.
underwhelming. Yeah, Robbo's
Trent's
still
not been
maintaining level. When you've got completely one side out like that with Trent, I'm sorry, it's gonna have an effect on your play. It's gonna have we got to remember last season we were saying Trent is the system. It's like
And now
the
if he's
system is
dying,
down now.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course,
I said the
Liverpool are
system's
going to
down.
be impacted kind of going forward. So
I don't know what's
I don't
happened to
think
Trent.
it's been figured
Well, he had
out. I think
COVID, but I feel
his
again,
performances have definitely
it's-
impacted it.
they said it's COVID. He had COVID, but again,
COVID
the way they play now, naturally, if you've not got a normal centre back next to you, you can't be thinking, "No, I'm going and them are going to cover me." You ain't got that
that
license
anyway.
anymore.
They
He
go.
did
but
that.
then-
He did
no,
that.
no,
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 but
wait.
have you noticed in the way his
The only
starting
thing I would
positions are a lot
say-
different. Like
You
he's
see
playing,
Robbo
he's
today,
playing different.
Firmino should have played him in twice.
Twice, yeah. But that's
there.
on Bobby. That's on Bobby.
The only thing
That's on
I would
Bobby.
say, yeah,
No, but
I
I'm
would
saying
say
Trent.
still high. Hold on.
Trent, the way Trent's doing, the way Robbo's doing looks very
But
different.
no,
in my
but
opinion.
one thing is though, Trent has never really. Robbo's always been an overlapper. Trent has been a
Trent
deep.
will whip it in and everything,
Trent
but
is
he's
a
not
deep
even really
crosser,
like.
but he's just having a mare, bruv. It's just, yeah, I mean, yeah, like
Robbo's the one
Robbo
that's
will
a
get in
sleeper,
beyond,
like,
yeah.
He gets more in behind.
Nah.
Trent's more of a
Watching
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
even
yeah.
when
anyway.
watching Trent, like in terms of his progress of going forward, he hasn't been the same. I
No,
haven't
just-
seen him
I
go
don't
The
think
thing
forward.
I
I
worry with Trent.
The only
is
thing I've
it's-
seen him that today, even defensively, he's not been great. Today was the best I've seen him one-on-one in a long time. He's not defending wise and actually going forward. He's not been the same. He's been affected by something.
He's just
What
not
else
having
is
a
it gonna
good
be?
season. Simple
And
as
the
that.
worrying
Doing
part
too
is
many
it's
interviews.
past now the point where you're saying it's like a purple patch or it's a bad patch of form. It's like it's almost been half the season. I can probably count with one hand.
It's not
The
been half
amount
the
of
season
good
yet.
games he's actually
okay,
had.
talking about-
If that makes sense, yeah.
We ain't reached half.
Hey, quick question.
No, we're at
Sorry, I
halfway,
said I
yeah.
was going to ask one, but I got another one. Does anyone consider burnout? Because this team has been 3 years now.
No, but we said
Yeah,
that at the
every
beginning.
game
We said
as
that at the
facts
beginning
into
of the
consideration.
season.
I
I know
spoke
you
to-
said COVID, but burnout would be
We
another.
said that at
part
the
of
beginning of
when
the
I-
season.
I spoke before the game, right? And bro, I've mentioned it time ago that when 3-year cycles, bro, man, them 3-year cycles. I've always said it. You've got to refresh your team, and I said it before. The only manager that has been able to do it was Ferguson. And what did Ferguson do? 06. I'm just gonna say 06-07 from that period. 06-07, we won the title, right? 07-08, Tevez, Anderson, Hargreaves, Nani, 4 signings. We won the league again. The next season, for no reason, just because he's thinking forward, let me just go buy Berbatov. You know, you have to always kind of like
No, but
refresh
that's what
it.
they got
But you know,
Thiago.
No,
But
Joe
Jota-
Torrent,
but no, but-
it's
but
not
my-
going to do
my-
it.
my
It's the same
theory
with
of it-
Chelsea. Wait, hold on. It's the
Go
same
on.
with Chelsea.
Go on.
Chelsea, when you guys done back-to-back,
Yeah.
3rd season, we took
Yeah.
the title off you.
Yeah.
City, do back-to-back. 3rd season, they don't do it. You fall off if you don't refreshen your team, bro.
What a stat.
Simple as that.
No,
You want to hear
but-
the stat of the day?
Go on.
Just a quick one. Kevin De Bruyne has now assisted 100 goals in all competitions for Man City. 31 more than any other Premier League player since making his debut for the club.
You can make these stats about everyone, man. If I bring up Bruno's stats right now,
Bruno
and then
hype
say
we talked about.
like you can do it.
Bruno hype.
These stats where it's
Goes
like
missing in
more
big
than
games.
anyone since he made a debut.
see
That
the
was
big man
Christian
debut,
Eriksen's favorite stats. He used to do that all the time.
Listen, with the whole burnout thing,
Bruno's
yeah,
on,
Remember when-
on
okay.
360 they said Bruno's the best player
Hold
in the
on.
Premier League.
Yeah, that's
listen.
them comment, man.
at the beginning of the
When
season,
Bruno, wait, hold on a second. When Bruno, no, whoa, I've never said Bruno's better than KP.
it's me.
Hey, when Ericsson left the Premier League, the thing that they put was Ericsson has made more stats, more assists than
More
anyone
assists
since
and
his
created
debut.
chances.
Allow this debut since your debut rubbish.
Listen,
It's
man.
when since man touchdown.
Since-
All I'll say is with the Liverpool thing, yeah, I think we mentioned it.
debut.
First, it was the first episode of this season, I think.
He loves
And we were
Kante
saying-
stats.
Debut hype, bro.
In terms of like City, yeah, or even look at Liverpool, what it was the 99 where they missed at one point, then the 100 where
They've
City
been on
dropped off.
champion form.
Like
every year.
naturally, we've all beginning of the season. I said it this season. Whoever wins the league is probably winning back like what, maybe 87 points.
Yeah.
It's gonna tail
Sounds a
off
good
because you
shout,
can't
It'll be
can't
lower than
maintain that. Huh?
You'll be lower.
That's
than
what I'm saying. It'll probably be the lowest it's been in last 7-8 years maybe. You can't maintain that sort of, especially in COVID when games are getting changed. People are it's
But I
all
thought
mad.
Liverpool added that wrinkle with Thiago, that extra bit of creativity in midfield, with Jota, that extra bit of
But
goals.
do you know what
coming
I
off
think
the
that is
bench.
though? I think that's in terms of like I think there's two things. There's refreshing your squad and then there's giving your squad a boost. I think when they signed Thiago, it was like, oh my god, we got someone sick in and it's gonna be different. I think it was that sort of boost. I don't think it was like a, you know what, we need fresh legs. Just think about it. Who is backup right back is still James Milner, who's what 35, and,
Bro,
and he's getting
that's the
injuries
mad
now.
thing about
Nico
Trent
Williams
with
is
the
the
burnout,
backup.
yeah, is
But-
you can't even rest him or take him out of the side because you don't have anyone who can even replicate.
This is what I'm
he
saying.
does.
So
The
that's why I
drugs
think
have
it's
worn
different.
out, lads. That's all it is. The drugs have
Aye,
worn
the
out.
medics.
Listen,
Yeah,
how can you
done.
have some of
Zubac.
them players? You can't have the
Yeah,
same 11
done.
for 3 seasons in a row. The drugs
Yeah,
have worn
done.
out, mate.
Listen, we were speaking about one England striker captain earlier, but we need to touch on another one in Wayne Rooney, announcing his retirement, going into management at Derby County, lost his first official game.
He lost.
But, yeah, they lost the first official game. And
What a loser.
but
He's saying 0% record.
in an official capacity, that is.
Yeah.
But
What was his record before? Do you know it?
Nah, you
not
know.
to top of head. But he wasn't winning bare.
Our championship correspondents
He
have
wasn't
fell off
winning
this
bare.
year, you know?
That he wasn't winning.
He wasn't winning bare because it was him and Leo Rosini, and they're second to bottom.
That's why I was shocked he got the perm.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they were losing.
They got
Yeah,
rid of
yeah.
Koku for this.
Yeah,
Say
but
less.
Koku was down there as well, though.
Justice for Koku, man.
What, your Dutch brother?
My bad.
But yeah, listen, what are we saying about Rooney, man? Like,
The GOAT. The GOAT.
Go of
talk
what?
to me.
Greatest English player ever.
Talk to me.
Ever. The greatest English person to lace up a boot, mate. That's as simple as that. England all-time
Elaborate.
top goal scorer,
Mhm.
only player to have 200 goals, 100 assists, plus 100 assists in the Premier League.
That's a triple.
United's all-time top
true.
goal scorer. Just what a player, man! Burst onto the scene at 16 years old.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a 16-year-old talent like that, like scoring goals against Arsenal, bro. At 16. Yeah, 16. Bro, there's
Hey,
Wayne
It was
Rooney.
scary.
Like it's
I said,
it's
come
crazy
out of
to
high
think-
school, bad
Do
up
you
know what?
Arsenal.
bro, it's crazy to think that like literally watched the player. Like he's probably the first player that I've watched like literally
Whole career
like,
in totality,
top
beginning
player
to
from
end.
beginning
To
to
end.
end.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you remember the name Wayne Rooney, and now he's a manager. It's surreal.
Yeah,
It's surreal, and I just
he's-
think for me, for everything that he's done for Man United, everything that he's done just in his career, Rooney
So
just
hear what
just
I'm saying.
special
yeah,
player, man.
because we had this conversation when we did was it top players or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I was saying that Rooney doesn't get the plaudits or the respect he deserves. As a United fan, because obviously you can probably testify it's a bit close and everything. Why is that, in your opinion, that he's not given that sort of accolade or sort of onus that he should get? Is
I
it
don't
because
know.
he burnt out? Is it because in terms of, I know production, you mentioned it, because he tried to do more for everyone else?
No.
It's like you're taken away from, like, that's okay. Why are we supposed to give you benefit of that? Why does he not get that sort of level of goatness that he should get?
I don't know.
Rightly
You know what
so.
it is? There's one Rooney. He's just like Rooney's he was just a hothead crazy guy. Do you know what I mean? He was just a mad guy. He's not like the model pro like a Harry Kane. He's not like he's not a pin-up.
Facts.
He's just he's not
Boy
good
from the
looking.
estate, bruv.
He's not good looking. He just rough. You know what I mean? Like
Rough and rugged,
bolding. Like he was just like he just
He
couldn't
was
be.
just a footballer, bro.
Yeah,
He
bruv, he
wasn't
just-
in his for the
yeah,
glitz
like-
and glamour.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and the thing is as well, like don't forget when he was getting scandals. Rooney was in scandals.
What, the grannies and that?
Rooney was just
Bruv.
like he had such a. Do you know what it is as well, right? Another thing
Tell
is
you what it is.
Rooney, for me, another thing is that Rooney burst onto the scene. Like Rooney, look, when you look at Rooney, you think about Messi and Ronaldo. Let me say what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So you have Messi and Ronaldo. At a point when they were teams, you thought, oh, Rooney's going to be the best of them. And then when you see Messi and Ronaldo go and do what they do,
Level up.
you're always in your mind going to kind of be like, why couldn't Rooney be like that? Like he was better than them at one
Facts.
point. Why couldn't Rooney be
And
like that?
that's-
And his own like think about it. Actually think about it. We're talking about Man United's all-time scorer, England's all-time scorer, and we're still saying, could he have got more?
More,
Bro,
yeah.
this
Could we
is
have got
yeah.
more? That's how good he is.
This
That's
is
how talented he
crazy
is.
The
And
England
that's-
tournaments.
Yeah, he wasn't
Bro,
good.
that's what
Only
I was
the
gonna lead
Euros
into.
he scored
I
in,
think
but he was
what
young.
you
That's
said
why I'm
there
opening
is-
that going, bro.
Yeah, what you said there is perfectly. I feel like because he burst on so early, we've seen that with a lot of players. They fizzle out on the back end earlier, and a lot of the times it's injuries and things like that. With him, I don't know. I think the transfer requests definitely stained him a little bit.
The
And the
for
fact
us.
that you tried to go to City,
Mm.
I think was a bad look. And the fact that fractured his relationship with Fergie a little bit,
Mhm.
it's like, now you're fucking with the Godfather type of thing. You see what I'm saying?
No,
so it's like you can't cross the God. Then it was like the performances. I think the last 3 or 4 years, United weren't really up to that level. So it was like you almost saw the decline as well as the trajectory. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But then what you touched on there as well, for England at international tournaments, when the country had their expectations and all the hopes on him, maybe rightly or wrongly so, he just didn't deliver.
I just think, you know what?
So
I think for England, it's a gift and a curse, though,
lot of
man.
the time,
Because Beckham had that.
It's the
a lot,
pressure.
man.
It's the
Well,
pressure.
Beckham had amazing moments, though, but Beckham had that. If you notice, any time that England like pinned that star golden boy, the second it goes wrong, oh my!
It's not only
word.
that. Like you got to think,
Like,
he
it's tough.
before he even came to Man United, he did the Euro 2004, and then it was looking like, oh, hold on, it's coming home, and then he got injured. Boom. Then 06, Carvalho broke his metatarsal. He comes to the World Cup unfit,
Red card.
gets the red card.
Yeah.
2010, he comes in again unfit, rubbish. 2014, he was done out. He was done out.
It was too late.
So he never really had an opportunity to
Really
I don't want to make
himself.
excuses for him, but he just never came into a tournament
Primed
as
and ready.
ready. Like he just
Oh,
never
he didn't
really
even
came.
qualify.
Yeah.
That
I felt like
that's a great
2012
fail.
maybe.
When was the Aston Euro one? Because we were talking about that the other day.
16. He was
Well,
playing
centre
centre
mid.
This is what I'm saying. So it's like, I think because that decline as well was so visible and everyone saw that, I think that will also look at why. And the fact that the comparison thing, everybody looked at it and said, yo, he was up there with Messi and Ronaldo once upon a time and seen as the golden one. And it's like, if he was maybe a little bit more professional, if he was maybe that little bit more committed to United at that time, could he have done it? And then the other thing I think you touched on a couple of weeks back, maybe he also, the fact that he played with someone who always took the shine off him, whether it was a Ronaldo, a Van Nistelrooy, a Van Persie.
Yeah.
He was almost, not to say he was Robin, because he was way too good to be a Robin, but he was always
He
like
was a cast member.
Yeah. He was
Look,
never like Rooney
Don't
was
get me
the
wrong, he was
main
the guy, but
leading
he was a cast
driver.
member,
Yeah.
But it was always, he was like part of something.
The thing
if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
I
in
agree with
MSN,
that.
Tevez,
Messi's still the guy.
The Tevez as well when he was there, yeah. There was, first and foremost, that front three, they were all crazy. They were all crazy. And when you look, the thing is, when you're talking about you've seen his decline, that is, I agree with that. That is probably why he probably doesn't get his plaudits as well. But we got to remember, when Rooney came into the scene, he was 16. The guy's body was at 25 years old, bro. Rooney was having tussles with Sol Campbell, bro.
When 50-50s were a thing.
Like Rooney was a
Skinhead
built
Rooney, though.
man. So then by the time he's 25, his body's like a 30-something-year-old. Honestly, like, and when you look at Ferguson, always said it. Rooney will come back out of shape. It takes Rooney's not one of them man that can get injured and he's gonna come back like Aguero, like fit and ready.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna take 6 weeks.
Like a Shaq.
Yeah. He's gonna take a while to get back into it, and I don't know if that's habits of what he does with his diet or whatever.
It's
But
probably
just
conditioning
Rooney,
and
just
stuff,
look at him as a teen. He's always just been a
Stocky
stocky guy. And on your point to the Van Persie and all that type of stuff. Okay, so he was never gonna be the main man with Van Nistelrooy because he was young. The Ronaldo situation, we're talking about a GOAT. Ronaldo's what?
I feel like that's when
Yeah.
Ronaldo started to
Ronaldo
make
went
that
there, and
gap.
do you know why it didn't help as well?
Like,
Because
hey,
do you know why it didn't help?
Robin.
It didn't help because Ronaldo's whole thing was, I'm a gym man. You know what I mean? And Rooney's there like,
And Rooney's like,
you know what I mean?
He's some
natural
pudgy
ability.
guy.
Yeah,
He's
but
like-
the thing about Rooney though, like
shirt just
people,
looking
he was
bare baggy
selfless
and
though.
that.
yeah,
And then he's
people-
rolling up the sleeves of that. He's just
people
looking on
forget
kept.
though. What people forget is that they say it as, oh, maybe he's the Robin or whatever. But people forget in the big leverage moments, Ferguson did not trust Ronaldo to play on the wing.
Yeah.
He was like, you defensively, no. I need Rooney to be there. So people are looking at it negatively, like, oh, Rooney had to play this. Ferguson did not trust Ronaldo to play on the wing. He's like, you have to play up top. I have to have Ronaldo as the striker, and I have to have either Tevez on the right or thingy, because Ronaldo's just can't work. He just can't do it, and
But that
people are going to
leans
look at
into
it.
Yeah, but that's because you're a special player.
Do you think that self?
No, but that's just not doing your defensive
Special
duties as well.
players always get that, like,
100%.
Do
you-
you
but
move
it-
around?
but
But
here's
here's
the thing, hold
do
on.
you think that selflessness cost him though? Of
don't
saying
think-
like, I'm willing to do the graft and the hard work. I felt like that always impacted it, and why Fergie maybe didn't always say you're the 9. That's why maybe he signed a Berbatov or,
Alright, but
or a Van Persie.
let me
yeah.
say, okay, that's a good point. But this is the thing. People pin this on Rooney as if, like, when Rooney came onto the scene, he was a 9 like Harry
Nah,
Kane.
he was always there.
Rooney for England was behind Owen, was behind Heskey. Rooney has never, ever, ever been the 9. Like, oh,
he came into an era when it was 2 strikers.
Yeah.
2 seasons,
Ferguson.
exactly. 2 seasons that Rooney was Man United's main 9.
Yeah.
34 goals both seasons. One of them he won the Player of the Year.
Skinhead Rooney
Lost the
was
title on the final day by the
Madman.
greatest moment ever by Aguero, and lost the title by Chelsea 1 point. When our team, we had Valencia, Overton, Owen. Like, it wasn't.
That's what you
So the
put.
2 times that he actually played as a number 9, he was absolutely levels. But Rooney has never, ever, ever been a number 9. He was always behind the striker and always that player that
So
just.
like a Totti, Del Piero.
Yeah, but the
shadow
thing,
striker.
but what was even matter about Rooney,
Second.
and this is the point where you can
Yeah.
probably like say maybe he should have been exerting his energy in the right areas. But if you do take it away from him, you get that kind of laboured Rooney. When Rooney used to play, Rooney's tackling man at right back.
I
Rooney's
remember,
tackling
yeah.
man at left back. Rooney just
That's low key, and the worst.
But
that's
maybe he
low-key
should have
what we
channeled
loved.
energy.
That's him.
to
But that's
something
low key
else.
what we loved about
That's
Rooney.
fine.
I'm not gonna lie to
When
you.
that, when
You
that
know what?
side of
With
Rooney
all his-
left, I
Yeah.
was like, I've always said, I always said like, I don't know if it's when he had his child and he became a calmer and a father and he had to be a good role model. But when Rooney kind of
Lost that bite.
The edge,
Yeah,
the edge. When the edge
or
went off a
maybe,
bit.
or maybe it's the media kept. You know, the media were always on about Rooney's temperament. Rooney's this, Rooney's that. And then when I think maybe either it got to him or he just thought, oh, I'm getting older now. I got to be a role model. It just took the.
You know
just
what's
You
took
know
that
what you're
out of
saying,
him,
yeah?
man. It
Just
took
straight
that
this
out of
one,
him,
moment
bro.
defined by that, the Newcastle goal.
Yeah.
Bro.
What,
Man
when
was
he
just
selected-
rattling at the ref and then just
Rooney,
turned around and
bro,
said,
Rooney,
Yeah,
volleys,
licked it.
Have it.
headers, pace.
passing. Do you know what it is though?
Bruv.
Like, you know
Just
what's
look at his
saying all this
catalogue
thing,
of
yeah?
goals,
Like
man.
with
Just look at
Rooney,
it.
yeah. The reason why Rooney, you couldn't expect Rooney to be Ronaldo, because I feel like if you try to push a man down that path, it would have taken away from what his natural game and what he was. He was like, it's so funny he had the whole street striker thing, because he was like a street. The way he played on the
Bro.
pitch was where he played
Yeah,
on the
that's true,
streets.
you know,
Like
yeah.
he was a proper scouser. Like that was
Yeah.
his mold, and I feel like
He's
I don't want to
we
take
ain't
it.
getting another Rooney.
I don't want to
man.
take it
Swear to
away,
God.
yeah, but like I feel like certain, especially with football now, with certain characters now, if you try and take them away from what they are, you're losing that talent of what that actual player is. Like
Yeah.
imagine Rooney trying to come through now and being that sort of thing. It's like, no, we don't want that. We want you to be a traditional number 9.
And you know what?
You
Yeah.
can't. There's certain players that you can't pigeonhole their destiny
Yeah,
because it takes away from their character, takes away from their ability, and then they're probably not going to be happy. Rooney, even when he was all that angry and everything, he was happy in himself. He was
Literally.
delivering,
And when you
and
look-
like it was, we've not seen anything like that. And maybe because of our age as well, we were watching Rooney thinking, "Bro, maybe I'll be 16 and you
Hey,
know,
that's my
maybe,
age,
maybe,
mate.
maybe I'll get a
You
game
know,
like
fam.
I'm never that academy yet, but maybe I can get me
We
that."
see with Wayne
We saw
Rooney-
everything.
And the thing is, like, you got to
It's
look at
crazy,
Man
man.
United's key moments, like our big moments in our history. Rooney is always, Rooney is always, Rooney is always there, bro. He's always there. And look, when
The
like it's-
Barcelona loss.
we
He
say?
scored. The
Oh
Barcelona
yeah,
loss.
He scored. Bro, did you see the lineup? Did you see
Listen.
Man United's lineup? That-
Giggs
You shared it the other day.
at 37, and Rooney's having to score goals. Yeah,
Yeah, I know he got the
Giggs
assist,
is a-
but it's
Giggs-
like, bro,
Do you know what's so
Giggs,
funny though?
Giggs against Iniesta and
Even
Xavi at
his last
37.
game. Wait, you know his last game?
That's
Then he scored a free kick in it.
crucifix.
Oh, sorry. against Stoke.
no, not his last game, but that was the
The one of
last
the
minute to get
but
his.
have you
to get
noticed,
his
yeah?
goal.
And it's probably a nice segue topic into everything else. Is it me or do a lot of the top tier English internationals? Do they go outside or is it just me? Like I look at the way that Gerrard went out, it was like
Stoke doing up.
no, but just in general, like, his actual career.
Galaxy.
Lampard, Ashley Cole's was a bit.
Nah, Lampard did redemption by coming City. and winning
Yeah,
the
but
title.
even so, when you,
That was
That was
shit.
shame.
He didn't win the title.
like when you watch
No,
what
no,
happened,
no.
like,
Chelsea won the title.
yeah,
Yeah,
but when you saw
yeah.
like he scored against us,
Yeah.
but we won. But like,
He didn't go outside though.
Who Lamps?
Lampson.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
think Lamps.
no,
was
where
like-
was he at?
Lamps when he
in
came
New
to
York
City,
City, and
he
then it
still,
was-
he still proved a little
New York
something.
City.
who else?
MLS and
Gerrard.
that.
I still mentioned Gerrard. Who was there? Ashley Cole. What he went?
I can't lie.
Italian
I
tour.
think now you see back in the
Rooney.
day. The difference is back in the day you had players retiring at their clubs. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the Puyols and all their
Yeah.
players they retire. Now everyone goes for that last payday and all that stuff. So that's
Yeah.
it's the era.
Even
In-
Ferdinand.
bro,
Ferdinand
in-
even admitted it recently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Iniesta's in
Iniesta,
Japan.
yeah.
Iniesta's still
He
playing
got
football in
Bobby Zamora,
Japan.
looked at him in the wind.
I just see it as a payday. Yeah, I just see
Yeah.
it. Iniesta's
No,
in
no, no,
Japan.
and
He's
when
still
I
playing
say
Sad
football.
is when you fall off at the top level.
Yeah,
what I was gonna say, yeah.
lack of a better term, but it's like you don't want to see like your greats. Like when Ferdinand was talking about stuff, you don't want to see like your greats telling,
I'll
like,
be
having
honest with you,
conversation
the only
about
one I
attending
felt
while you
like-
playing ball.
The
Like,
only
like,
one I
you don't
felt
wanna
like
see
that maybe was Raul. I remember when he left Real Madrid and went Schalke,
Schalke,
started
got
playing
his
this.
numbers.
I was like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
should
yeah,
have
yeah.
retired at Madrid.
Yeah.
There's certain man you retire at the club. I was like,
Yeah.
Rooney, I felt like the return to Everton
I think
was
that was
like
good for
full
him.
circle.
I
I
think
felt
that was
like he
good
should
for
have
him.
retired there. But then what I liked about him going to DC was a bit of he got a redemption
Redemption.
back. I felt like
Derby
everybody
was
was
the
like
one.
he was
No,
done.
do you
and
know why?
everything.
Do you know why? No. Do you know you're done?
Derby
Do you know why? Do you know why DC? Do you know why
Player
DC
coach?
was?
Bro, I don't know what he's doing.
Do you know why
bro.
DC was interesting? Because the first thing he
That's
was
sad,
saying
so-
was, you know how you were saying that away from the media and everything. That's why he said he loved it out there. He said that listen, people don't even know who I am sometimes. Flipping man was doing the stuff that he was doing early days. He was slide tackling man last minute,
Bro.
lofting the ball.
Yeah.
Three balls.
The thing is,
He
bro,
was-
like, winner, that
yeah,
was.
he was restoring his own
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
away from.
But
his-
I just think that's just because he loves football so much, bro. And the
Yeah.
thing is, like, when you
That's
just
true, yeah.
finally, yeah, when we talk about this, just the Ronaldo, just back to the Ronaldo Rooney thing, yeah. What if, Rooney did decide, no, do you know what? I don't want Ronaldo to be the star. We might not even have this Cristiano Ronaldo, bro. We might wait. We don't know what. Wait. We don't know what could happen if Rooney. Think about it. Man United will win
What, if
everything.
he came back from that World Cup and said, "I don't want Ronaldo
Yeah,
here no more. Get him out."
Imagine after 06, no. Imagine after 06, 07 when we won the league, and that was when we were like, "Oh, Ronaldo's here. Like, who's this guy?" Imagine after 07 or 08, Rooney got jealous and was like, "No, I want to be the main man." We might not be.
I know.
It could have been
Fergie
Pete.
would have said,
Fergie would have said one of them.
Pete.
Fergie would have said one of them. Wait, oh, bro, Fergie would be like, you know what? Cash out. I'm cashing out.
Bro, but that's
But
Fergie
more,
would
I
have-
think you lot would have lost out, and Ronaldo was gonna Ronaldo regardless. I think no matter where he went, all that would have happened was you lot would have
You
missed
would have
out
lost out
on a
You-
player.
'cause how
or
many
he would have
things
sold
did you win in
Rooney.
that period?
It would have been.
I don't think
How
he would've
many
sold-
things did you win in that period in terms of where
Everything.
you So imagine you would have
the
had
richest
that.
period,
That's-
bro.
Liverpool would have probably
You
done-
don't win all those trophies if Ronaldo's gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that-
100%.
they lose
That's not
everything
even-
during
that's
that
not
period.
even-
goes, you
That's-
still win those
Rooney
trophies.
being humble.
If Rooney
saved
goes, you
United.
still
Yeah.
win those trophies.
Rooney
that's-
being
that's
humble
the
saved
self-
United
no,
the
but that's-
dynasty.
Are you
But that's
listening
the
to this?
self-
Are you
What did he
listening
say?
to
What
this
did he
guy?
say?
He said if Rooney left, Man United would have still won everything.
You still win those trophies.
You are smoked. So Rooney had no contribution.
Wait, elaborate on it.
I can't
No,
even.
wait,
I
one
can't
second,
even
wait,
talk
one
about
second.
that.
One
That's the
second,
worst
wait.
thing So Rooney had
no.
Rooney's
No,
contribution to
nah,
Man United's
I'm not
trophies
agreeing with that.
were
Wait,
minimal.
let me elaborate because we say loud.
I didn't say he's not contributing, but
Man United are winning.
This is Tyson Brown
United-
talking, by the
Ronaldo
way.
United
This is
three
Tyson
goals.
Brown.
pivotal to those wins. You win everything with Ronaldo there. He's that good. Ronaldo
Champions
is
League final,
a
that.
different level good. I'm not saying Rooney didn't contribute, but
I
if
can't even
Rooney
listen to
goes,
this. I can't even
if
listen to
Ronaldo left, give up. You're not winning all
I
those
can't
trophies.
even. I can't even.
No, I
take this
agree.
in.
I
I
think
can't even.
Ronaldo-
No,
No,
wait.
you don't
So
win.
what's your
That's the
point? If
worst thing I've ever
Ronaldo's
heard in my
there,
life.
they don't win.
If Ronaldo's there,
Yeah.
they still win the trophies that they won. If Rooney had left,
I don't think
if Rooney
as many.
had left,
I don't think
they
as
ain't winning
many.
the trophies that they won.
I think both
Nah.
of them together was like the perfect.
Ronaldo
Was the perfect marriage.
Yeah.
bro. I can't even.
I think it was
I hear
the
what you're
perfect
trying to say,
marriage.
but
I can't even.
I hear what you're trying to say, but too far. Too
Yeah.
far.
Man,
Too
I'm
far,
saying,
bro.
If
Too
Man
far.
United didn't have Rooney, we would.
talking
If
to them, man?
oh my, oh my god. Let's move on,
Cam
please.
feels
Listen,
sick.
That is
What I
the
was
worst
gonna
thing
say
I've
is-
ever heard, man.
sick.
Oh
So,
my god.
anyways, when we look at the England former internationals, there's 3 of them in management now. Well, there might be more, but the 3 main ones are Rooney,
Sol Campbell. Huh?
Gerrard, and Lampard. In terms of what we've seen, what we know, what we think, in terms of whatever you want to put into it, who do you think has the best chance of being like a successful, good manager? at good
You've got
level?
a horse in the race. I think you should go first.
I've got a horse in the race, but I don't think it'll be him.
Nah?
Cam's
I
got a
think
horse in
so.
this race.
What?
Rooney.
Oh no, but he's actually the Chelsea
Yeah.
manager, mate.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't want
think
that ad to come yet.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be him just because of how it started for him in terms of like I don't know how long Rooney's going to be at Derby, but Lampard did the 1 season and went to
Yeah.
the big that's a massive jump. I feel like in order to be a good manager, you need kind of like foundation formation years. Like if
Yeah.
you look at most coaches now, they're doing their coaches badges, they're traveling, they're learning, then they're getting a job and then they're building and they're going and you can see after a while that okay, they understand something. A lot of these young managers now are developing their philosophy or what they want to be known for. And
Yeah.
I don't think Lampard has got that. So in terms of what he's doing now, he's trying to manage and adapt coaching at
Yeah.
the same time in a high pressure environment. I don't know how good that is for him in the long term. That's so much pressure. Whereas you got someone like Gerrard who did the coaching at the academy, learned a bit, had his badges, is in a place where it's low profile, but he's building, he's had a tussle, he's doing something amazing right now. He's gonna win now. People are kind of looking at what he's done historically in that time as well and being like, okay, we can see a trend of what you're doing here. In terms of the issues he's had to manage as a manager, he's not had like high profile players. He's had Loneys and he's had what's my man's
Said
name?
Liverpool favours.
What's my man's name? The striker, what's his name?
Morales.
Oh,
Yeah.
Morales.
He's had one
Hothead.
madman, and he's
Hothead.
had but he's learned how to manage him.
Yeah.
Like he's had stuff that's more containable, so he can learn and take the experiences. Then maybe go on to a step further and actually go for it. I feel like when you go like that big jump, it can make or break you. Like, and people will point to the stuff like Guardiola. Guardiola's circumstances were completely different.
Yeah.
He was coaching for so long. He built this sort of idea, and he was at Barca B.
You see, but then
Huh?
when you
He did his badges and everything for maybe about
6 months, isn't it?
No, it was more than 6 months. More than 6 months. Then he managed for a year at Barca B. But he went to the board and said, "Listen, I can translate this and take players."
But that's
across."
not
But then do you
coaching
not
for a
think-
long
No,
time.
but he was coaching and then managed for a year. Lampard, how long was
Lampard
Lampard
basically
coaching
went
for?
from TV to Derby.
There was no coaching involved. I can't even remember when he did his badges.
Yeah, but then
It's like
would you not
Polo's
say
thing.
though he is exposed to the most high level and high pressure situations, so therefore he would be learning the most on the job. Like right now, I feel like with
I'll
his
ask you this.
experience at Derby, let's say,
Yeah.
he's now taking Chelsea, who's in the Premier League, in the Champions League, spending big money. I don't feel like Gerrard has even had that opportunity. Gerrard is also in like I feel like a bubble in Scotland,
Yeah.
where it's kind of all you've got to do is be better than Celtic. And you look good, and
No,
that's
no,
right
but
now. That's
no.
what. And I'm not discrediting,
No.
and I'm not discrediting what he's doing. But I think Celtic's stock has slowly started to decline over the years, and the catch up hasn't been as hard. If that makes
No,
sense.
but
I
remember,
think
this isn't
he's done a
the first
wicked
season.
job, and that's the
And
thing.
the
It's
thing
his
is,
first season. It's such a small
feel like-
thing. I think if we took Lampard's first season, we would have said the potential here is big. I think for what they've done so far. I think
he's talking about
at Derby, I'm talking about Lampard after his first season. We would have said the potential's high, but I think for what he's kind of done so far, the experiences he's been through, I would say maybe he has got that higher ceiling out of the three.
Let me break it
Lamps,
down to you
of the
in-
three. I would say
in
Gerrard for
this,
me.
right?
I don't know yet.
You see the point you've made, yeah?
Yeah.
This is why for me I find it a bit difficult because as a young manager now, what's your third year? Your first year, you kind of did all right, but the facts are in terms of what you were supposed to achieve, you didn't really achieve it, but you know what, you did something good, cool. Then move to another situation where you've kind of done the requirement. You're now in a situation now where the pressure is so much here. Do you reckon he's actually even having time to reflect on what he's actually having to do?
No.
Nah.
And the thing is,
Gerrard has that for sure. Even if with Rooney's situation now, he's got to save them from getting relegated. That's an uphill task and everything.
Okay.
But championship moves quickly. If you get a nice 5-game streak, you could be in the playoffs the next day. So like it's a different scenario there. But Gerrard's situation right now is he's got there, he's built something up, and he's toppled giants, and he's learning. And if you think about his situation, he's being primed. He's in contact with people in terms of, you know what, eventually this could be for you, but do what you need to do. Go and learn. Go
I
and do
think
this.
he's definitely taken the right method in.
Exactly.
I hope
I
he
feel like
spends
his
a few more years
methodology
there.
is more sustainable to take him. Like if Lampard was to get sacked now, where does that leave him? Who picks him up? What happens again? Does he end up with Sol
I
Campbell?
think he gets a job comfortably.
and then has to come from the wilderness.
I think no.
His situation is tough.
He gets a
It's
job
actually
comfortably,
tough.
Lamps.
Do
I
you know
think
what?
he's done
It's
enough
tough.
where he'll get a job comfortably in the Premier
It's
League.
tough.
I think with both your points, I think with Fuad's point, I get what you're saying because Gerrard will have more. See, with Gerrard
More
right
groundwork.
now, Gerrard could, I don't know, Gerrard could try a crazy formation, didn't work, and be like, okay, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know what I mean? Like
Lampard
we're in
cannot.
Scotland, I can kind of like get away with it. We're obviously one of the better teams, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Whereas Lampard doesn't have that leeway. But what you're saying about the fact that he's had Champions League experience, I think that could stem well best for Lampard after Chelsea potentially.
Yeah.
So if Lampard left, whatever, and managed Newcastle, Champions League experienced manager, been to the FA Cup final. Now all of a sudden he can talk to these players like
About different
I'm-
experiences.
What
I'm
it takes in these
Yeah.
situations.
Right
yeah.
now he's talking to these kind of guys who believe they're top players, and maybe he's not being able to translate it as well, etc. He can just talk about his playing career, obviously whatever. But I think experience-wise, maybe afterwards, if Lampard was to leave Chelsea, it doesn't mean he's a bad manager. But if he left Chelsea and went somewhere else, then I think that
It
experience
can tap in.
can tap. But now it just looks like
It's tough,
it
man.
might go bust for him at
It's
Chelsea,
tough.
and everyone's going to be like, he's a failed manager. But I think that's the difference. Gerrard does have a bit more leeway to do it. But by the way, he's over excelling, by the way, because he's even doing it in
He's
Europa
walking-
League at the moment.
Are they still
But then-
unbeaten, by the way?
They drew
Rooney, we
today.
have no idea what's going to happen.
Them drawing today ended their 15-game win streak.
And bro,
Fam.
he's taking this into Europe, and even last season they lost to was it Leverkusen in the
But bro, even what
Europa
you said,
League.
yeah.
They made a good game out of that.
You know what you
Yeah,
said, about the formation and
Havertz
everything,
hype,
yeah. I remember last year, you man must have seen the picture, yeah, where Gerrard had a team formation, yeah, and it was like a hexagon of midfielders, yeah, and he wrote, it said, "Don't lose the ball in the hair." That's how basic.
Rondo session, bro. Rondo
It was so
sessions.
dumb, but when you're kind of away from that sort of stuff, it goes back to what I said when we were talking about the clubs and all that. These man, when they come through, like because they've got time to build and everything. Like they build this solid foundation that they can then move forward from.
Yeah.
They don't get thrown into limelight. There's only a few managers. Even when people say Jose Mourinho didn't get thrown into it. Like he built some sort of foundation.
Leira, Benfica, he
like,
had a couple of
No,
odd
he only did
jobs
4
before
games with
Porto.
Benfica.
No, but in general, like he had the foundation as like a coach.
Yeah,
And he was
got them into the
assistant as
Champions
well,
League.
yeah.
He got them to Europa League.
Europa, I think
So
it was UEFA
They were
Cup back
from
then.
relegation to Europe.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Jose's just been that
Special.
guy.
yeah, the Guardiola
Special.
one, again, I feel it's different because when you come in and be like, listen, these guys are world-class players, but I'm going to add this sort of way of believing and a few men from Barca B, I think it's a different scenario. And what he did
had
is
Messi,
mad.
bruv.
I don't think anyone's going to do that.
No,
Who's
I think
the-
Pep's one
Zidane
is,
did, Zidane
in
did.
terms of pressure, I think Pep's is even more pressure than Frank.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't know. I don't
they-
think anyone else.
they
I don't
won
think,
the
I don't
Champions
think
League 2
someone
years
else can do
earlier
that.
as
I
well,
don't think
remember?
anyone else can do that. Can come in and be like, listen, take these great players. I'm going to bring a couple. What Busquets and who else? Is
Zidane
it?
did. Zidane did.
Champions League. Okay, that's
Shout.
another one.
Big
Big
But
shout.
Yeah, because Zidane did. But you know what it is, yeah?
Zidane didn't change the team.
No,
That's
no.
his point.
Oh,
His point
you're
is
talking about changing the
yeah,
team.
he
Because-
came in and said, listen, I have these men are good. I have this way of belief. I think if I adapt A, B, and C and step on top of them, we'll be cool. And then, alright, cool.
He got
And then
rid
they
of
won
Ronaldinho,
everything.
don't forget that.
They what?
He got rid of Deco.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the thing
And then
for
he
me. It
bought
was the
what?
clear
Busquets.
out that
Was it
happened with
Busquets
it.
that
I was
came in?
like,
Who else
yo,
came in from
he actually got rid of
Barcelona?
all Rijkaard's guys. And
There was
He
someone else
brought
that came in
PK
from
back.
B.
He
Was
brought
it
Dani
PK,
Alves.
Busquets, and someone else? And then next, oh my gosh, what we seen? You won everything, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that
That's
promoted
unheard of,
Messi to Ronaldinho's spot and got
Yeah,
rid of Ronaldinho.
That is
the
that
way he
is
did
like.
Zlatan. Ugh.
And I think you're right. With the Rooney one, we don't know what's
Yeah,
going to happen
exactly.
because
Rooney,
a relegation battle is
And
mad.
mistreated him.
Strikers. Rooney doesn't strike me as a manager, but I hope he
What do you
does
mean,
well.
a coach? Do you reckon a good coach rather than a
Yeah,
manager?
probably. Rooney, I can't talk. I don't know. But
Why
I'm
didn't
just looking
Ollie
at
bring him in?
Rooney, Rooney looks like somebody. Rooney
Bro,
looks like somebody that.
Not even but I mean like backroom
I don't
staff, you know,
like that.
playing
I don't
experience.
want us to have players that we
Well, you got
played
Fletch.
with and
You
all
got
of
Fletch.
that. Like,
You got who else
You
came
see,
in?
you see the pandemonium when Fletcher got. I was
Yeah.
like, Fletcher.
no. But with Rooney, like, I don't want it. Like, he was Rashford's teammate, Martial. I don't like that shit.
What to shoot?
personally.
He's not defending.
I'm gonna tell you, yeah.
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. Lit players don't make lit
I was
coaches.
just about
Darren
to say.
Fletcher.
Let me
Henry.
just
say, watch this space.
That's what I was just about to say. Well,
Henry.
some do. Zidane did, obviously, but not only.
Zidane's not a great manager to me.
He's one thing.
I
So.
think I don't
I get what you're
see
saying.
that
I know
as-
he's
he's
done the
one thing.
unthinkable.
Well, look,
Lucky
let's
boy,
think
Lucky
about it
boy,
though.
man.
Strikers
He's won the
don't
league
make good
as well.
managers.
That's not lucky.
In a weak
Strikers
era.
don't make good managers.
What the Henry thing? Who else?
There's loads.
loads
Think about
still.
strikers don't make good managers. Alex Ferguson apparently was a striker, but
Not at the top level.
yeah,
Like,
strikers don't really make good managers, man.
I can hear it.
Think about it.
Defenders and midfielders are more. Strikers are more just
Strikers just
athletes, score goals.
Glory in it.
Glory.
I ain't seen an elite baller be a good manager.
Zidane, you can't say he's not good.
I don't
manager,
think he's
bro.
an elite manager. I'm
No,
sorry.
but he's won. He's done. He's in history.
He's done his
He's
thing.
engraved in
He's
history.
secured his
He's
legacy.
engraved in
His
history.
legacy can't be
He's
denied.
done a.
He's done
flipping-
historic
he's done
shit.
a 3P on CL.
Bruv,
He's engraved in
3P.
history, bro. And 2 La Ligas.
He
Come
made
on,
it
nah,
look
you
nice
have
as
to give
well.
him 2. He's won 2.
And it won.
2 last season and 2016 as well.
Yeah.
Yo, respect Zizou, bro.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's true. He's a good
That's
manager.
right.
You can't say
That's
he's not a
right.
good manager, bro.
Boy, listen.
So production's been on the Henny today.
Listen,
I
I
think he's alright. I don't think he's. You know, but this is what I mean.
you
yeah?
respect what he's. You
And
respect what he's done. You
yeah.
respect what he's done, but
for
you don't think he's a
example,
top
yeah,
manager.
if he came to Man United today, I don't think.
I hear that.
He's
I
gonna
hear that.
change it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's way better than.
But you
Oli.
respect what he's
I
done.
think,
You
like,
respect
yeah,
what he's
he's
done.
alright. Like, he's
Hey,
he's alright.
you respect what he's done, but you don't think he's that.
I don't think he's an elite manager. Then. All right, cool.
I hear that, but there's not great managers anymore anyway. These men are saying Jose top 3.
Jose.
I'm seeing the Spurs fans turning him still.
Bro, they're flip floppers.
They're calling you Jose.
They don't.
Jose sexual.
They listen to the media when they say, if you don't win by playing this
Bro,
style,
they-
they hate Jose. That's what
They
they do.
flip flop every week,
They
man.
calling
I
you
don't
Jose
know.
sexual.
I pay
But
no
anyway,
mind.
listen.
I move alone.
Man, the most
Jose,
stealing phrases.
We're coming.
Oh man, champ and dud of the week. Have you got any nominations for champ and dud?
Champ. Nah.
I've got a nomination for dud.
Yeah,
I think
actually,
we all
I
have
think
the
we
same
saw just before the show. Yeah.
Lacazette, you are my dud of the week.
And Oba, don't try to discount him as well.
Oba,
Who's
you are
there?
my dud of the
He
week.
replied. Oba replied.
No,
Oba
but
replied.
No.
he replied. What did he say?
He said,
he's
said
guilty by
they-
association.
I heard they something about they put that away, but it's all yours, bro, or something like that.
Yeah, he's involved. Them to a dud of the week still.
Check his IG.
Them to a
innit?
dud of the week still.
Cam's
So
got
for context,
notifications for Oba.
so for some
Bro,
FBI agent.
I'm telling you.
So for context,
Lacazette number 10, he doesn't score, he doesn't create.
Ain't you seen Arteta's
When
been
you're
playing him in
you
the
see his
10?
face.
Boy,
Arteta's
we
been
can't talk
playing him
about
in the
number
10.
10s after Chelsea gave Pulisic number 10 after Hazard, please.
Boy,
Please.
Chelsea
Right,
fans
you
are
wanna
quiet.
You want to talk about disrespecting numbers?
Hey, number 8 for
I say
Chelsea.
Gilfy.
When they
Who
were
is it?
after
Barks.
Lampard and they gave him
Barks.
Barkley.
Barks is my boy.
Hey, Spurs got a good number 10.
Who? Of course we do. Of course.
Barks is my boy.
Greatness only. You know what I mean? Greatness
United's
only,
number
baby.
10 don't like to pass the ball to people who are in front.
Great number 10. Great number 7.
Our 10 is ascending, boy. He's coming.
Who's your 10?
Rashi.
Robot
Our
10.
10 is
my
coming,
God.
boy.
I can't lie to you.
loaded.
He
Production's
doesn't
on
strike
one,
me as a 10 player.
He should be like an 11 or something.
7
Yeah,
or an 11 or something.
yeah,
You know he's not a 10 in it.
7. It should be a 7.
Do you know what
But the 7 is too heavy at United.
Yeah.
You can't just give it to
It's
anyone.
cursed.
You
I
can't
can't
give it to
Remember when they
anyone.
were saying, "Oh, Sancho." we're gonna give
Cavani's
it-"
wearing 7 right now.
No, but remember when they tried to load up Sancho? It was like,
Yeah,
listen,
cuz
boy,
he ain't a
I don't
10,
think you
man.
want.
Who's Liverpool's
think you
10? Mane. Oh, move on.
Hey, come on, man.
You know the other day,
Bro,
yeah? You know the other day, I only clocked the other day, KDB's number 17. I looked at him, I said, brother, why are you not number 10?
Nah,
He's always worn
Aguero's
17.
No, but
He's always worn
I honest
17,
to
man.
God, yeah, I never looked at his number. And then I saw it the other day when they were playing United in the cup. I said, why are you
Do you
number
know who else wore
17?
number 17? A young Gerrard.
Do you know who the best 10 in the league
Hey,
is?
go to the next segment.
Why you hating on Gerrard?
Dumb point, man. Go to the next segment.
Do you know who the best 10 in the league is?
Kane.
Jack Grealish. Come on, behave you guys self, man. He's number 10, bro. The best player
Fan
in the
club
league.
season is over. Can
The
we?
best player in the league.
Alright, so
You guys see Mane
yeah.
and Salah and them, man, and you're trying to tell me that Jack's not better than them.
So what?
Them
Them
man
man
don't say that because the audience are going to get
Safe,
confused.
man.
They don't know that you're joking.
Yeah.
Who said I'm joking?
Innit?
Them man are dud of the week
best
because
player in the league,
Ozil
bro.
hasn't even been announced. His departure has not even been announced by the club yet, and these men are arguing who gets number 10, and they're making
I've
jokes.
got a champ actually.
So yeah, that's my dud of the week.
Do you know who my champ is?
Who?
And it's looking retrospectively. Ivan Gazidis. I think the life he's made for himself since moving to AC and
Boy.
leaving Arsenal. You know, they say sometimes you move onto better things in life. Bro, that's what he's done.
Sometimes the
The
grass
way
is greener.
he's got AC ship completely turned around.
They
Running
are-
at the title.
They are in a league title. They've got the
signing top
youngest
talents.
They've got the youngest squad in the top 5 league.
Youngest squad, and then they got Zlatan and Mandzukic, 2 absolute gunmen up front. Seasoned
a
vets.
gunman now, yeah?
Listen,
Mandzukic is a gunman since when?
listen, Mandzukic is a driller, bruv.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Listen.
I swear he did this whole thing about
Cause I love Mandzukic.
unpopular opinions.
You man-
Why Zlatan's a fraud?
No. You see, why do man just waffle like
So what
this?
did you say?
Why
What
do
did
men
you say?
just waffle
So
like
what
this?
did you
I
say?
didn't
What
say
was
that.
it? So
I
what
said
was it?
Zlatan in the big moments on international and Champions League stage
So what-
has gone missing. What does that have to do with fraud?
I don't
And if you
know,
want
fam,
to
you
go
said
home
something.
and do your research,
You
go
said
and
something.
research, yeah? Because Zlatan ain't turned up in them moments. We hate
Listen,
to say it. He's a
alright.
legend though. He's a gunman. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Listen, wait, let me.
What, did Pep treat Zlatan well?
My champ of the week is.
We honest, baby.
Who's my champ of the week? My champ of the week is. Pochettino. Pochettino. Winning his,
Pochettino.
winning his trophy.
Hello.
Boy.
Trophies.
Pochettino winning a trophy.
What, Stones braced the man that was
After
saying?
Spurs held him back after all that time. While Spurs dropped points. What do you think about that?
I was dead.
So you know
But
how you
now
just
I
said
am alive.
Gazidis gone on to bigger and better things? Poch as
I'm
well.
very happy for Poch.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, of
deserves
course you
it.
are. You guys
He
have been
deserves
dissing him.
it.
You guys have been dissing him.
Who's-
Holding him back
who's
from
you
all
guys?
these trophies all these years.
And now he's about to
Now
go
he's
collect
about
that.
to flourish.
I love that.
I'm so
Stones
happy
My
for him.
brother
Stones got a brace.
deserves.
Bro,
Stones
big up.
brace.
That's the champion of the week.
That's-
Big up Stones, bro. This guy's been
Hey.
invincible lately.
You know what? We remove the pebbles. You're back to
Have you
start.
got? Have you got a dub?
I got dud.
Go on.
Aaron Ramsdale. He's just too shit, bro.
Yeah. He's not levels.
How is he a
He's not
Premier League?
levels.
You know,
He's
I was
not
talking to Cam the other day on the phone. I
He's
said,
not levels.
why is he in England under 21s?
He's not levels.
How does he? We must have
He's
no
not levels.
keepers because we
He's
got
not levels.
Pickford that plays, And then we have
But you got, like,
Ramsdale
Jordan
under 21.
You got Henderson in it, but he's not going to drop.
No,
down.
but Ramsdale is
He's not levels.
possibly the worst,
Yeah.
He's
one
not
of the
levels.
worst goalkeepers.
Questionably even.
Listen, I
championship
think
level.
he's no.
He is.
Championship. I don't think he's championship level. I think that his record in Premier League. I'm probably saying it wrong, but at the time it was he kept 5 clean sheets in 50 games. That's abysmal.
Do you know what reminds me
He's
of
just
that?
he's
Jack
just
Butland.
not good. He's
Jack
just not good.
Butland. He reminds me of him.
No, but Jack
Butland's
Butland
not
was
bad.
decent.
No,
Jack
he
Butland
went
was-
out.
no.
He went out
No.
real quick.
But Jack
He had
Butland
like
was decent
a
at one
1 year
point.
span where he did decent and
Like-
then just.
Like
Ramsdale's
Ramsdale
the
keeps
worst
like
English
pro
keeper I've
clubs.
seen.
He keeps like it's pro clubs.
Yeah. Ramsdale's not good.
It's scary.
Worse than, remember that Kirkland and them, man.
Kirkland was good.
He's
Aye.
way
No,
better than
Kirkland with the JJB
Kirkland at
hat was
Wigan,
decent.
Please.
Bro,
Kirkland
that's
with the
what I'm saying.
JJB hat
But Kirkland
was
was just a back
Steady
in them
Eddie,
days, just
Steady
say,
Eddie,
yeah,
Steady
he's like,
Eddie,
he ain't
Steady
make a couple
Eddie.
good
At
saves.
Wigan,
Steady
I
Eddie.
liked him, man. He was good.
Bro,
man.
when he had the
Ramsdale,
JJB hat.
I look at him and I'm
now.
like,
Don't do nostalgia.
I was like, fam, you're conceding goals.
How much is that,
Guaranteed
18
minimum
mil?
2 per day.
18 mil. How much is Brewster?
That's what relegated.
How much is
them.
Brewster? How much is Brewster?
25, 24.
20
Between both of them, it was like 40 mil.
Yeah.
So Ramsdale
Nah,
and
but
Brewster.
Brewster, we give him a chance.
No. I'm not getting at Brewster. I'm just saying.
Ramsdale
I'm saying
has Premier League
I'm
experience.
saying the recruitment strategy. I'm saying the recruitment strategy.
I don't. What he did. What the thing is, Sheffield United shouldn't have signed. They signed 2 unproven
Yeah.
guys, and that's backfired.
Ramsdale's not
massively.
unproven. He's
Sonderberg.
terrible.
He had the Ramsdale saved the most shots in the league last season, but
Because he was
he
getting
had the
peppered
most.
the most.
Yeah,
I was
most
gonna say,
peppered
bro.
at
Yeah,
him.
peppered the most.
Yeah, but he's just
Law
not
of
good enough.
averages.
He's not good enough.
One
at
more
all.
dud I got.
Go
And
on.
if this is true, he's a super dud. Apparently, Josh King is beefing Bournemouth because he wants a Premier League move and he's demanding 120k a week.
At Bournemouth.
It must be crack. It must be.
I just
I
don't
don't
understand
know.
how
I
you
don't
can
know
ask for
about
that kind of money.
That's,
If it's true, I saw the reports. I can't confirm.
Tyson Brown, you know.
Hey, listen. I hope it ain't true because there's, like sometimes it's good to know your
Ambitious.
value and it's good to have ambition, but sometimes be a little bit realistic and be humble as well. It's like just because United are interested in you, don't mean every team is going to pay
Listen,
United salary.
I know time's
is-
going. You wanted to ask, was that a red card in the Fulham game?
I don't think it's a red card.
Hell
I think
no.
it's one of the worst decisions.
Yeah.
But
No,
people
red
will
card.
say
It's a red.
will follow through.
Yeah.
That was a red card. If Aspie didn't jump, he could break his leg. Simple. Aspie had to jump to get out of the way. If Aspie didn't
But there
jump,
was
he
no
would have.
stud showing nothing.
Yeah, but if
you have to have follow through in
Aspie
the
didn't
challenge.
jump, he would have
Do you know
broken
the
his
issue?
leg.
That's all ifs and buts, though,
Yeah, but
man.
it's a red
No,
card, but it was
all ifs and
reckless.
buts. You're looking at worst case scenario. I
That
don't
is
think
so reckless, bro.
I don't think
That
so.
is so
I don't
reckless.
think so.
Do you know-
It's a straight red.
you know the
guys,
issue?
you guys are overdoing it now. I
Do you know
get
the issue?
solid era, and
Do you know,
that, but
do you
let's
know
not
what it is,
overdo
yeah?
it.
You see
Just
That
that?
was
for
definitely.
You know
a
the
red.
one that
You're
the clip,
bugging.
you know the clip that
That's
they
a
brought
red.
up of him when he was in the championship.
Free
That
Anthony
one was a
Robbins,
lot
man.
wilder. But like, you know, when you're going like that, there was no need as well. I think that's why the referee
There
said
was no need.
this is dumb. You got to go. You're
That
just taking a
was- yeah,
piss.
I
The referee
agree
looks at
with
the
that.
situation
I
like you're
agree
just
with that. It was
violating.
unnecessary.
Like, what are you doing?
It was
Like,
unnecessary
there's no
because it was
need.
end of the half.
Yeah.
It
And
was
the
a
thing is,
draw.
you know, it's
Just see out the half.
You see with them
It was
challenges,
done.
He's
yeah?
the
You know them
flipping dad.
challenges, yeah?
American,
You know
man.
if you do it to block the ball, like that's
Might
someone's
have
gonna
something to
pass,
do with
and then
it.
you slide past the block
Yeah.
ball.
You know,
It's
they
different.
think
When you go
2-minute
through
clock.
the man, it's like no, you're taking a piss now. What are you
Take
doing?
If Aspie didn't jump, it's a red. I didn't even know what he said. Bro, it's true, bro. If Aspie didn't jump, is breaking.
Man was
his leg,
moving like there
mate.
was a turnover, you know. What's man doing, bro? He's so there was no need. That's why they were sent him. But listen, that's another episode. Make sure you subscribe. We're back
Come on,
next week.
1%.
And yeah, man, we're out.